Okay, good day everyone, especially to our instructor, Mr. Anthony Gamali. Good day, sir. And I am Ronnie A. Macamilar from Panabol, Kinugitan, Misamis Oriental. BS Criminology, third year college, section A. And this time I will present my report in subject forensic chemistry and toxicology, entitled about chapter 5 drugs. Chapter 5 drugs. First, drugs is a chemical substance that brings about physical, psychological behavior and or psychological change in a person taking it. All medicine are drugs, but not all drugs are medicine drugs. Medicinal drugs. A substance which is, when taken into the human body, cures illness and or relative signs, symptoms of disease. Also, dangerous drug, a substance affecting the central nervous system, which when taken into the human body, brings about physical, emotional, or behavioral change in a person taking it. And also, drug abuse, any non-medical use of drugs that cause physical, psychological, legal, economic, or social damage to the user or to people affected by the user's behavior. Also, abuse usually refers to illegal drugs but may also applicable to drugs that are available legally, such as prescribed medication and certain over-the-counter medication. What is drug simple definition? Substance used as a medication or in a preparation of medication. According to the Foods, Drugs and Cosmetic Act, a substance recognized in an official pharmacopoeia or formulary substance illness for use in the diagnosis, cure, and mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease. And also there are examples of drugs. These include alcoholic, tobacco and cannabis, and methamphetamines, and other stimulants such as cocaine, new psychoactive substance, synthetic drugs, opioid, and including heroin. The non-medical use of prescription drugs. And also we have classification of drugs. First, the natural drugs are active ingredients, secondary metabolic product of plant and other living system that may be isolated by extraction. What are the natural source of drugs? Drugs of plant, animals, microbiological and marine, mineral and geographical origin constitute the natural source, and entire plant parts secretion and exudate of plants are the source of plants drug. For example, cocoa bush, and marijuana, and also synthetic drugs are typically produced substance synthesized in the laboratory for the illicit market, which are almost wholly matured from chemical compound in illicit laboratories. For an example, methamphetamine and also barbiturates. And we have also what is synthetic drugs. Synthetic drugs are created using man-made chemicals rather than natural ingredients. A number of synthetic on the market, including ecstasies and also LCD, and also we have, according to the legal classification, RA 9165, Comprehensive Dangerous Drug, and Act of 2002. Under the RA 9165, otherwise known as Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, the term prohibited and regulated was changed into dangerous drug with the following classification. And also if PD 1619, violated substance, volatile RA 6425, classified as regulated and prohibited. Immediate precursors, a chemical substance that used in the clandestine and manufacturing process, becomes incorporated in full or in part into the final molecules of a substance under the international control. Essential chemical substance used as a reagent or solved in the illegal manufacture of controlled substance, narcotic, psychotropic, and designer. According to international classification, narcotic substance and psychotropic substance and designer drugs. In under RE 9165, under immediate precursors and essential chemicals and designer. And also, stimulants are drugs with increased alertness of physical disposition. Example, amphetamine, street name, eyes opener, lead puffers, piffles for hearts, and what is a reduce appetite, relieves mental depression and comfort and sleepiness. How taken orally and tabled or capsule. Effects generally wakefulness and increase alertness, initiative, initiative. Toxics from restlessness to coma and death. Dangers, dependence, overdose, and violence. Also, example, shabu or street name for mans and cocaine that is shabus, obas, and siupaw, and also ice. What is it? What? White, odorless, and crystal and power with a bitter numbing state taste. Epics, irrational behavior, long-term psychosis similar to difficulty in concentrating loss or interest in sex. Physical, chest pain and irregular heartbeat, hypertension and convulsion date. Dangerous injection from contaminated needles may lead into risks of infection. Change in the time and space perception, delusions and false behavior, I believe. And also maybe mild or overwhelming depending on dose and equality of drugs. Example, ecstasy and Adam essence or herbals. How taken, slowing and inhalation. Epics, dress the mouth and stimpins arm, legs, jaw and the also dangerous, it can really kill. An example, marijuana, merijin flower or mampapugi, brownies, damo or also like fine grain on tobacco. How taken, smoking in a pipes and cigarettes can be taken in a food in a made into the candy, also in a flour form, mixed with honey or butter. Effects, immediate faster heartbeat, bloodshot, eyes, dry mouth. Long term, chest pain and temporary loss of fertilizer, fertility or cancer, marijuana burnout. Danger, slow down user, mental and psychomotor activities. Long terms, use may lead to psychological defense, may lead to cancer. Depressant are drugs which depress or lower in the function in the central nervous system. We have no, and also types of depressant. Narcotics are narcotics, tranquilizers, and inhalants. First, narcotics are drugs with the induced sleep, and also hypnotics or stupor and relieve pain, and some that shoots or causes an sensation of mental number numbness. This include heroin and morphine and also codeine. Tranquilizers are substances that reduce anxiety, tension and relax muscle. Sedatives and cytotics, hypnotics, calm and nerves, reduce tension and induce sleep. Example, barbiturates, alcohol. Inhalants, these are any liquid, solid, or mixed substance that has property of releasing toxics. Psychoactive and B-force of fumes. Example, solvent, glue, gasoline, and paint thinner. What are considered dangerous drugs? In a substance affecting the central nervous, which that taken into the human body brings about physical, emotional, or behavioral change in a person taking it. It is a substance which, when taken into the human body, alters, alters mood, perception, feelings, and behavior. In under in under Republic Act 6427, otherwise known as a Dangerous Drugs. Dangerous Drugs Act of 1972. Dangerous are classified into three main categories, namely prohibited drugs, regulated drugs, and volatile substance. Prohibited and also prohibited drugs, which includes and its active component and derivatives such as heroin and also morphine. Cocaine are and its derivatives and principally cocaine, alpha and beta oxin. Hallucinogenic, allogenic drugs such as mescaline and lysergic acid. Also, and that substance producing similar effects, Indian hemp and its derivatives. Derivatives, all preparation made from any of foregoing, and under the other drugs are chemical preparation, whether natural or synthetic, which is the psychological effects of a narcotic, or also an hallucinogenic drug as amended by the BF 179 date March 2, 1982. Regulated drugs, which include including sedatives such as secobarbital and also pentobarbital, and amobarbital, and any other drugs which contain as salt or directive of a salt of barbituric acid. Any solid isomer of salt as a isomer of amphetamine such as benzedrine and also benzene and also Bixidrine, Dixidrine, or any drugs with produce as a psychological action similar to amphetamine and and hypnotic drugs such as metacolod and also nitrazepam, or any other compound producing similar psychological effects as amended by FD number 1683, date March 14, 1980. And letter C, volatile volatile substance, liquid or mixed substance having the proper or releasing toxics, B-force or fumes, or any chemical substance with when sniff, smell, or inhaled or introduced into the psychological system of the body, produce, induce, or and a condition of extocation, inhibition, excitement, excitement. Also, and we have also Republic Act 9165. Drugs dependence means a state of psychic psychic or physical dependence, or both, as a dangerous drug arising in a person following admission or use of the drugs on periodic or continuous basic basis. We have a characteristic of drugs dependence. First, say physical dependence. Physical dependence, mental or psychological dependence. Also idiosynacrasy or side effect. First is physical dependence. Physical dependence, the body's physical system changes until the body needs that particular drugs in order to function, which include that physical dependence are make change your body needs that, or the the function of your body. Mental or psychological depends a need of drugs in order to feel good, to get by or feel normal. This mental or psychological depends. We also for those who have taken in drugs, we also do he feels good and or good that that we can also the the higher the higher the higher the higher to get by the frail or normal. Also, use refers to the act injecting intravenously or intramuscularly or of consuming either by chewing, smoking, sniffing, or eating, slowing, drinking, or otherwise including into the psychological system of the body any of the dangerous drug. Sale means the act giving dangerous drugs, whether for money or any other material consideration. What happens to confiscated confiscated size and surrendered dangerous drug? Planned source of dangerous drugs, controlled precursors and initial chemicals, instrument, paraphernalia, and also laboratory equipment. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, shall have custody of all dangerous drugs. Plan source of dangerous drugs, control precursors and initial chemicals, as well as instrument, paraphernalia, and or laboratory equipment that are confiscated, seized, or surrendered. The apprehending team or the group or in custody of the confiscated drugs shall immediately prefer and also inventory and photograph the item in the presence accused or his counsel. The representative from the media and the Department of Justice, DOJ, Department of Justice, and any elected public official, the items will then submitted to the PDEA forensic laboratory for examination within 24 hours after receipt of the items. The forensic laboratory examiner shall issue a certification of laboratory result. The court shall conduct an ocularly inspection of the confiscated items within 72 hours after the filing of the criminal case. The PDEA shall then destroy or burn the items in the presence of accused representative from PDEA, media, and DOJ. Civil society group and any elected official, however, representative sample shall be retained after the judgment has been in the chemical case. The trial prosecutor shall informed the Dangerous Drugs Board that the case has been determined and asked permission from the court to turn over the representative sample to the PDEA. Drug testing in the form of forensic testing. Drug test result and issue should be scientifically, legally, and forensically defensible. Also, drug is a branch of forensic chemistry that deals with the scientific or examination of drugs and volatile substance. Drug identification is usually conducted by a forensic chemist, chemical offender, or determine the presence or dangerous drugs. What exactly is a drug? Drugs are substances that change a person's mental or physical state. They can affect the way your brain works, how you feel and behave, your understanding and your sense. This make them are unpredictable, unpredictable and dangerous, especially for young people. The peak of drugs different for each person and drugs. And also, this, how do people take drugs? People take drugs in different ways. Common method include swallowing, swallowing tablets or drinking liquid. The body absorb the drugs through the stomach thinner. Breathing them into the lungs, the body absorb the drugs through the liner of the lungs. Also, snorting, snorting into the nose. The body absorb the drugs in the nasal liner, lining. Injection, the user injection the drugs direct into the bloodstream. Through the skin, the body slowly absorb the drug from a cream or pads, rectally or vaginally, or also the body absorb the drugs through the bowel or vaginal liner. Also, the drugs are can be also destroy yourself and also destroy yourself, destroy your body and your brain. Initially, tically. And we on the way these drugs work on the brain, the apex of ability to make healthy choice and decision. Mostly of taking drugs, we we can say to make healthy choices and decision making. Even drinking makes people more likely to get involved dangerous situation like driving under the influence or having unprotected sex. Although substance can feel good at first, they can do they can do a lot of harm to the body, brain, drinking alcohol, smoking, or use tobacco. Taking illegal drugs even glue and damage in the human body, which have we all we have several kind of treatment are available for drugs addiction. The two main types are behavioral help helping a person change behavior and pharmacological ph- pharmacological treating a person by using medicine. Expert in a drug treatment teach people how to live without drugs, dealing with cravings, avoiding situations that could lead the drugs to drugs use, and preventing a handling rep- relapses. It can be hard overcome drug addiction without professional help and treatment in the taking time, something that can be done alone. Everyone needs support. Experts who help body with addiction are trained to help, not judge. To find a drugs treatment in the center in your area. Search online. Check out the SMA treatment locator or ask doctor counselor for advance. 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 We have also we have also why do people use drugs. Drug change the way that your body and brain. People take drugs because they are curious and want to see what happened. They want to feel fit in a or feel pressures by their first. They enjoy the epic on their body, for example, feeling excited and energetic or relaxed and calm. They help them cope with situation. For example, reducing pain in a relieving stress. They have a drugs dependence and need to taking to the avoid withdrawal symptoms. Also, the processes used to drugs varies widely, but drugs product have two main types of ingredients. Also, active ingredients and two types of main ingredients. We have two active and inactive ingredients. First, active and the ingredients that biologically affects your body. Inactive ingredients. These generally have no biological effect. They include binding, binding against and capsules, and also these preservatives and other ingredients. Legally manufactured drugs usually it's their ingredients. So you know that you are taking stress drugs can contain almost anything as maker often and add impurities to make them go further. You cannot be sure what you can take in. What can you take in? And we have also the listing largest listing largest selling in a drugs. And if you ano how drugs work. Drugs are chemical or substance that change into your body's work. Some are medicine that help people when doctor prescribe them. Many have medical use or benefits when taken usually by swallowing, inhaling, or injecting. Abuse drug find their way into the bloodstream. From there, they move to the brain, other part of the body. In a brain, drugs may intensify or dull the sense, change how alert to sleep people feel, and sometimes describe physical pain because of the way that drugs work on the brain by affecting ability to make healthy choice and decision. Even drinking makes people likely get involved dangerous situation, and also help if you think as a friend may be addicted to drugs, talk talk to a parents, your your doctors, school counselor or nurse. They can help you get to help you need. Several kind of treatment are available drugs addiction. Okay, type. Many drugs that can affect your any kind of drugs we affect that they are imposed. And also many drugs are can alter person thinking and judgment, can be and can lead health risks including the addiction, drug driving, infectious disease, and adverse effect or on pregnancy. Information the commonly drugs that with potential for misuse or addiction can be found there on the speeds. For information about the treatment option for substance use, these stories and also treat page for drugs use trends. And drugs are classified into the five distinct categories or schedules depending upon the drugs acceptable medical use and the drugs abuse to dependency potential more information that can must be update in scheduling information can be found on the Drug Enforcement Administration, and also, and that's all. Thank you for watching.